Now let's take you to Sudan, and a landslide in the western region of Darfur has reportedly buried a village of more than 1,000 people. Well, that village is located in the Marra Mountains in the Darfur region. The country's appealed to the United Nations to help with rescue efforts. A local armed group which controls the area, the Sudan Liberation Movement, says it needs help from the international community. It's released these stills from the area. Well, the UN's Deputy Humanitarian Coordinator in Sudan says the response to the deadly landslide is being hampered by bad weather and poor infrastructure. Well, let's go straight to our senior East Africa reporter, Akisa Wandera, who's been monitoring developments from Nairobi. Akisa, distressing images there and quite a high death toll so far. Just tell us more about what you're hearing.
Well, details remain very scanty on what really is happening at the mountainous region of the Marra, but we know that days of rain, as you say, have buried entire villages, with the local rebel group, the Sudanese Liberation Movement or Army, putting the death toll at over 1,000. Just about under an hour ago, the Army-led Sovereignty Council has sent its condolence messages, not really giving a specific figure of the death toll and the casualties really in that area, but saying that they mourn with the hundreds of people who have been killed in this particular landslide. So we're still trying to follow up on information. The organizations that we've reached out to in parts of Sudan are still trying to verify the numbers and what really is going on. You would appreciate that it's a remote area, so getting information and even access for many of this organization has become very difficult.
Indeed. Akisa, who are the Sudan Liberation Movement Army?
Well, this is a group that currently controls part of Darfur. It was formed almost 25 years ago in 2002 and was one of the key factions that rose up against the rule of Omar al-Bashir. But it has since disintegrated or split in various factions, one of which said this year that they will be supporting or fighting alongside the army as the conflict between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces continues. So this is a region that has been led by rebel groups, so to speak, for more than 20 years now. A very remote area, very mountainous and very difficult to access. And we understand that recently the conflict between the army and the Sudanese RSF have led hundreds, if not thousands of people to seek refuge in the Marra village. So then you would appreciate that this particular devastating landslide would then mean that a lot of people who are already displaced by the war have been affected as we speak.
Lisa, just very briefly, I wonder if you can give us some background on the area that you mentioned there and the challenges when it comes to actually get information and help.
Well, it's a remote area in the volcanic mountains of the Marra region. Many people refer to it as the Jebel Marra. We understand that they have very cool climate, very fertile weather, but it's been dogged by a lot of poverty, lack of infrastructure. Access is completely difficult. Some people are reported saying that you cannot reach parts of this particular area by car or land transport. So many people move in by foot, hence why it seemed like a good refuge for a lot of people who are fleeing conflict in parts of the Darfur region and outside Darfur. So this particular area, because of its terrain and the seclusion, so to speak, is very difficult to access. Even aid organizations have said during this particular conflict season, they haven't been able to access parts of these areas, meaning the people who already lived there did not have access to things like food or medicine just because of the general terrain and entire lack of access to people and lack of infrastructure in the area generally.
Akisa Wandera, thank you very much for the latest from Sudan, monitoring developments there, of course, from Nairobi.